I'll tell you of an incident in my own family. My brother was blind from when he arrived at 49 years of age. He became totally blind. And my sister-in-law, although a very, very good person, she was very good to my brother, they went to the New Order Mass. And, of course, my brother went along in his blindness, and it wasn't until one time, the first time when he went up to communion, that it was a lay person who was left-handed and was handing the communion my brother, and he said to my sister-in-law, he said, how come, he said, when do they start allowing priests to give out communion who were left-handed, And my sister-in-law then explained that it was a lay person, and he became very upset about it. But because she was he depended everything upon her, and even though she was a good person, but the point I'm trying to get to is, I was constantly telling them of happenings that I knew, of miracles that were happening in a great abundance in St. Adrian's through Father McNamara. And I was trying to get my sister-in-law to bring my brother to Father McNamara, and I knew that if my brother asked Father McNamara to intercede to Christ for his eyesight to be restored, that it could happen. Well, my sister-in-law kept putting it off until I really pulled a little Irish conniving. And I arranged that we would go to a brunch, and I said, how about first I'll pick you up, and let's go to Mass at St. Adrian's, to Father McNamara's Mass. And I figured that after Mass, like always, we used to go behind the sacristy and have another visit with Father McNamara, and he'd always tell us of different happenings and things like that, and get another blessing. And previous to that, Father McNamara had given me a beautiful silk, it was about this wide and that long, of Our Lady of Taiwan, that this Father Ray Brennan, who was like a protege of his that's over in Thailand, had sent to him. And Father had given me one of these silk paintings of a Blessed Mother, and I had given it to my niece, and I didn't tell it to any other member of the family because I didn't want there to be a little bit of jealousy. Well, why did you give it to me instead of giving it to her? So when my sister-in-law was standing in this group, now there was at least 35 or maybe 40 people in this group. Father McNamara had a desk that was always disheveled. But anyone come up and ask Father for something, he could reach right in and get exactly what they wanted. And the desk could be piled this high with all kinds of papers and magazines, all the time. So my sister-in-law had to admit this. She was standing there, and on his desk was one of these silk screens. And she, in her mind, thought, oh, what I wouldn't give to have one like that. And with all these people there, and Father talking to some, and he turned right around and he said, here, my dear, he said, would you like to have this? And he hands it to her. Huh? Yeah, let's see. He knew it. Yeah. She didn't tell him, and she didn't speak it out. She thought it. In her mind, she thought that,